Today's DVD we're going to be showcasing is The Legend of Zelda, the complete animated series DVD box set. This was another Super Mario Bros. Super Show DVD set released by Shout Factory. And basically, you could probably guess already, but this set mainly covers the Legend of Zelda cartoon segments that aired on Super Show every Friday. And this also did get a re-release from N-Circle, but the reason why that I bought the Shout Factory release instead is I'll explain later. But yeah, but the packaging is pretty much similar to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show set that Shout Factory also released. Here's what the back looks like. Shows you some of the episodes and the bonus features. The reason why that I bought this set in particular is that it actually has some Mario and Luigi live action segments, you know, from the Super Show. And for some reason, the N-Circle release forgot to include them. Also, what's very weird, not just for the packaging of this set, but just the packaging on like all the other like Zelda DVD releases, is that this artwork of Link does not look anything like like he does in the cartoon, especially since they're missing parts of his tunic. And it also kind of goes for the cover, because like for some reason he has like long sleeves, even though he does not have green long sleeves in the cartoon. Also, his hair should be a lot darker, and it's not that long. And his face, he's not a very menacing looking character in the cartoon. I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's a 3-disc set instead of the 4-disc like the Volume 1 of the Super Show is. So yeah, but this is the original release that came in a digipack. Similar to the Super Show Volume 1 set, they did later came out with a version of the set that's in like a DVD keep case. And so yeah, so here's what the digipack cover looks like. Shows you the episodes and some of the bonus features. There's also a description. There's also a description for the cartoon if you want to, read it. Here's the back. It's pretty much the same as the cardboard box. I don't think I have ever talked about the Legend of Zelda cartoon segments yet, but believe me, they're terrible. I mean, I know a lot of people think the overall Super Mario Bros. Super Show is terrible, but I feel like people are being just a bit too harsh, because I don't think it's really that bad. But for the Zelda episodes, I mean, they were definitely bad. And like really bad quality. I definitely would love to make a video covering the Legend of Zelda episodes. Kind of like how I did with the Saturday Morning Get Along Game cartoon. Because I mean both cartoons are actually kind of quite similar, or at least I kind of found both of them to be quite similar. I mean, they were both made by Deke, so obviously that's kind of no surprise there. But yeah, there's all 3 discs. So disc 1 is Link themed, disc 2 is Zelda themed, and disc 3 is Ganon themed. So yeah, so I'm gonna put all 3 discs inside my DVD VCR player, and we'll have a closer look at them. Alright, here is what disc 1 looks like. The opening animation for the menu, of course. And yeah, that's kind of pretty much it. I mean, all the discs are pretty much exactly the same, but they just have a different character. Because for disc 1 case, it's Link, because he's on the label of the disc as well. Some of the previews, I kind of had similar, issues with the previews from the Mario Volume 1 set, because besides the preview for this set, all the previews from that set have nothing to do with Mario, and I mean the same thing somewhat applies them to this set as well, because I think Heathcliff It does have something to do with Deke Entertainment, since they did make that show along with the Mario Super Show. But then you have like Home Movies and Punky Brewster, which have absolutely nothing to do with Mario or Zelda at all. But so instead of like okay, I guess they do have a play all selection. I guess I just didn't see that. But yeah, it takes you to the 4 episodes that are included on this disc. So The Ringer, Cold Spell, White Knight, and Kiss and Tell. And since some of the episodes do have their original live action segments, you do have the option to actually play the full episode. The full episode of the Super Show that had the Zelda cartoon. So I'm gonna go to the special features. Basically, it only comes with 1 live action segment, and that's the Wild Thing. And then there's the Legend of Zelda match game. And that's kind of pretty much it for disc 1. Let me put in disc 2. Alright, here is disc 2 of the Legend of Zelda complete animated series set. Instead of just having 1 Mario and Luigi live action segment, disc 2 has 2 of them. So yeah, so there's Sing for the Unicorn, Sinking Feeling, Doppelganger, Underworld Connection. Excuse me, Princess. Yeah, I forgot to mention that Princess Zelda is also on, representing disc 2 on the menu, because she's on the label. But yeah, so there's Fred Van Winkle, Defective Gadgetry. Defective Gadgetry is pretty interesting because this is one of the 2 times that one of Deke's characters appeared in the Mario Super Show. Of course, that character being Inspector Gadget, but played by Maurice LaMarche, who would eventually become the voice of Inspector Gadget in the late 90s and early 2000s. And then we have the Legend of Zelda trivia game, which wasn't quite the easiest. I mean, a lot of the Zelda cartoons can be quite forgettable. So there were like some things that I like completely forgot about the trivia game. You have to be like a really true fan of the cartoons in order to, ace the trivia quiz. All right, here's the 3rd and last disc. Disc 1 had Link on the menu, disc 2 had Zelda, and of course, since Ganon was on the label, he is on the disc 3 menu. So disc 3 has like pretty much the last episodes from the cartoon segments. There's Stinging a Stinger, A Hitch in the Works, Fairies in the Spring, The Missing Link, and The Moblins Are Revolting. And of course, they have 2 of the Mario and Luigi live action segments. And you do have the option to play the full episodes or the full versions of those episodes. And of course, those live action segments are The Great Hereafter and the Pizza Crush. The Pizza Crush one is probably my favorite of the 5 that are included. Some other bonus features include the Illustrator's Guide, Character Sketch Gallery slideshow, and download usable art files, which, let's see, the images available for downloading on this disc are for non-commercial private use only. Any other use or copying, I guess this wasn't like a still, it's just something that just played until, I swear I wasn't clicking any buttons. But yeah, I guess if you put the sorry not for Mac, sorry, I was just kind of like half reading this while like guessing what all this stuff is. But I guess if you put like disc 3 inside your like PC, like if your PC has like a DVD drive or something, I guess you would be able to access the character sketch gallery or whatever, or like whatever crap they're talking about. Let's look at the character sketch gallery. I don't think I ever like used it. So yeah, let's look at some of the artwork. So there's Link. There's Zelda. There's Ganon. And then there's and then there's the King. King Harkanian. I probably butchered it, but I don't feel like wanting him to rewatch the show just to guess what the actual pronunciation is, so whatever. My boy. And then there's Sprite. Probably the most... Well, honestly, I think Link and Zelda are probably more annoying than Sprite, honestly. Oh, I guess that's pretty much it. Well, I guess it's time to go over the pros and cons and then the final verdict. Alright, pros and cons for The Legend of Zelda, the complete animated series set. So pro number one would probably be the fact that you get all 13 episodes of the Legend of Zelda cartoons from the Super Show. And I mean, regardless of how you feel about the quality of the cartoons, I mean, at least it's cool, that you get them all. Another pro would probably be its bonus features, mainly in the fact that it has some of the Mario and Luigi live action segments. It doesn't have all of them, and I'll explain more into the cons. But basically, the second pro would probably be the fact that they even include some of them at all. So I mean, that's really cool. And some of them are pretty good ones too, like Pizza Crush and Defective Gadgetry. And yeah, and then the third pro would probably be packaging. I think regardless if you get the original release with the Digipack or the re-release with the keep case, packaging is still really good. And it still looks pretty nice. And then the presentation, I love the way that the DVD menu looks like. They include like music from the cartoon. Well, I mean it's based off of the music from the original Legend of Zelda, but I mean regardless, it's still a nice looking presentation. And yeah, that's kind of pretty much it. I'd say for the cons, the big con for me would probably be just, I don't know, just the Legend of Zelda cartoon itself, because I think most of the Super Show is like a good show, or like at least like a decent show to watch. I don't think it's as good as like the later Mario cartoons, but I mean, I think the Super Show is still pretty good in its own way. But honestly, I feel like the Legend of Zelda segments are probably the worst part about the Super Show, because I think they're just really bad quality, honestly. I mean, I get that they only had the first two Zeldas to work with, because like but like I just don't think that the show, or not really. I mean, the Legend of Zelda's not really a show; it's part of the Super Show. But I feel like the Zelda cartoons just don't age as well compared to like the Mario cartoons, because I feel like Mario just works better in like a more comedic, a more like silly, comedic style kids show. As for like Legend of Zelda, I mean, it has some really great action scenes or something, but some of like the reoccurring gags just don't really work for Legend of Zelda for me. They're the type of gags that you would hear from like the Batman TV show, and I think it works really well, just because like Batman, even though Batman can be serious, like sometimes, there's still some silliness, like in the character, and all like the villains and everything. But for Legend of Zelda, I think a comedic Zelda show can work, but these Zelda cartoons don't really like do it for me personally. So yeah, I'd say the first con would probably just be the fact that these Zelda cartoons are pretty terrible. I mean, I showed most of them to my dad, and we all enjoyed watching them because of how stupid they are. And pretty much after watching all the episodes, he does not want to watch them again, like ever again. And so yeah, so the second con would probably be, even though it does have some of the Mario and Luigi live action segments from the Super Show, it does not have all of them. So in total, there were 12 unique live action segments that paired up with the Zelda cartoons. And so some of you might be saying, there's not 12, there's 13. Well, really there is 12. Just one of them is a repeat of another live action segment. So really there's only 12. And out of those 12, only 5 of them are in the set. So that leaves seven of those live action segments missing from this set. And I'm not sure what the reason behind it was. Maybe they just wanted to keep it a Zelda DVD. Because even though I still consider this to be a Super Mario Bros. Super Show DVD set, it does. I mean, nowhere on the DVD does it say Mario Bros. Super Show. I mean, most releases of the Zelda cartoons they always try to separate the Zelda cartoons from the Mario Super Show, since I mean Zelda is a completely different franchise from Mario, even though they're both Nintendo and were created by Miyamoto. But I digress. So yeah, so it's kind of a shame that it doesn't include everything. It could either be due to these celebrities not wanting to not wanting Deke to release those segments, or maybe some of them, or maybe the original masters have been misplaced over the years, because I mean Deke has had several different owners, so I feel like it's likely that Deke's library is probably a big mess. And yeah, and then the last con would probably be just the fact that it doesn't have subtitles. At least I don't think it has subtitles. The Mario Super Show Volume 1 it didn't have any subtitles. So I'm pretty sure this set probably doesn't have subtitles either. So yeah, so that's pretty much it with the set. Overall, if you want to complete your Super Mario Bros. Super Show DVDs, I definitely would highly recommend getting the Legend of Zelda Complete Animated Series set, since, I mean, the Zelda cartoons, they're part of the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. They're technically episodes from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. So I definitely think the Shout Factory version is worth owning just for the live action segments alone, since I think most of them are pretty good. So I guess that will be pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed to the channel, make sure to ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on any videos that I produce. I'll see you real soon.